Um, as of May the 5th of this year, Dr. Malachi Z.york will have been in jail for 20 years. And I just want to know, to the Sabians, Nuwaubians, now what? I'm just trying to understand that. Because I'm not trying to be funny, but like out on the block, y'all are looking like real suspect right about now. Straight up. Like, when I see a Nuwaubian and he's trying to sell those Dr.York books, I'm like, okay, I already know, where he's coming from. You know what I'm saying? Like, you all are constantly living in the past. Because you really don't have anything productive to talk about in 2022 that you've done. Straight up, it's just the truth. Ever since Dr. York got put in jail, or rather, should I say it like this, ever since they chopped off the head of the organization called the Innuwaubian Nation, guess what? The body fell. And it hasn't been anything productive that's came out of the Innuwaubian Nation in the last 20 years. Straight up. And it's crazy because you all claim that you all are what? Master students of the master teacher. And I'm just trying to understand, you all pride yourself on this, Dr. Malachi Z.york writing over 1,000 books. But I'm just trying to understand, like, really, how many books have you wrote? Dr. Malachi Z.york, this is your doctrine. Dr. Malachi Z.york has over 76 trillion years of knowledge. Right? My question to you is, well, damn, shouldn't you at least have 100,000 years of knowledge? Dr. Malachi Z.york has the barytheric gland, which is a gland that activates the 4 highest senses: intuition, psychometry, telepathy, and clairvoyance. Why don't you have a barytheric gland? I'm just trying to understand. What are y'all really doing over there? I know prior to Dr. York being locked up, when he was free, the mission was to save souls. But now, throughout these 20 years, the only mission that I've seen is you all getting your master teacher out, and that's it. And I'm just trying to understand this. I'm trying to understand who's running the organization now. Now that your master teacher is locked up, and not only is he locked up, but he's damn near, I know he got to be, if he's not 70, he's in his late 60s. Shouldn't he have been retired? I mean, he always talked about retiring prior to him being incarcerated. Shouldn't the Nuwaubian Nation have a president, a CEO, or someone that's going to replace Dr. Malachi Z.york? Because this man's in jail. How can he give any, like, orders? How can he run an organization while he's in jail and he's limited to the people that he talks to on the phone and the visitors that he sees? I'm just trying to understand. And there have been several occasions where he's gotten his writing privileges revoked. So, there's been times where he couldn't even write. I'm just trying to understand it. Because from the outside looking in, the only thing that I've seen that you all have done is take the old books, the old scrolls that Dr. York wrote prior to him being locked up, copied and pasted, and took a new book cover and put that new book cover over the old scrolls and sold those to people out there as if they were new books. That's the only thing that I see that you all are doing. Hustling people. And I know a hustle when I see it. That plain and simple. I'm just trying to understand this. This is dedicated to the youth. I want you to ask these questions. if you're this close towards being a Nuwaubian, or rather a Sabian, or any organization at that, one of the benefits of me joining your team or joining your organization, because I know, me personally, I know that if I go to Amazon, right, and I fill out an application and I have an interview, they're going to tell me if I become part of the team, this is the benefits. This is a bit of the benefits that you'll have while working for Amazon. You'll have medical, dental, paid leave, vacation time. If your wife, is, pregnant, maternity leave, all of that. What are the benefits for being part of the Nuwaubian nation? Straight up, what is it? All this, we getting on the shams and going to another planet. That shit is dead. That shit is long gone. Gone. I want to know what the benefits are. I want to know what is the main mission for the Nuwaubians besides freeing the master teacher. Straight up. And don't say save souls, because y'all haven't been saving souls in these last 20 years. Y'all haven't. Y'all have been ghost. We haven't even seen you all. And the times that we have seen you all, it's the same shit. You all are trying to free the master teacher, and that's it. And you think that the solution to all these problems that's going on in the world right now, into today's society, the one solution is to get him out, to free him. And this is crazy. So what do we really do without Dr. York prior to him being born? And what are we going to do after he dies? Being that he is the solution. I'm just trying to understand. That man is an old man, yo. That plain and simple. That continues to run with this narrative as if he's from another planet and he's a superhuman being. He levitates and all the rest of this stuff. You all, man, when he was free, man, there was so many goddamn stories that one day Dr. York was 5'5", and then the next day he was 6'2", and one day his eyes were small, and then the next day his eyes were big, and most of the time he wear glasses because his eyes fluctuate. The size of his eyes fluctuates, and it's just ridiculous. That's an old man that's making up all these stories, because if he were who he say he is, then why you can't just do some simple shit that we all ask you to do, and that's free yourself? That plain and simple. Just think about it like this. All of the lawyer fees, attorney fees, all of the donations, the thousands, if not millions of dollars throughout the course of the year that I played a part in that. I gave up my money when I was part of the Nuwaubians. But we've given you all. You could have used that shit for something else. If you could have easily walked out of prison on your own, because you're the master of the universe. I'm just trying to understand it. Here, we're living in 2022. We need a solution. The black community is in a disarray. And based on the Nuwaubians, what they're telling us is we need to free the master teacher. That he only knows the solution. Well, if that's the case, why don't he tell someone, you know what I'm saying? And that person tells someone, and that person tells someone, and we can figure it out our own selves. Because this is ridiculous. The Nuwaubians are living off of the strength of what they did 20 years ago, which was build a land called Kadesh, the Holy Land Kadesh, or another name also known as Tama-re, Egypt of the West. They're talking about what they used to do. You understand? You know, like that same old dude, the old school, like be on the street corner talking about in his heyday, how he used to pull these chicks, how he used to have this money, how he used to have this car. But now he got a pot belly, receding hairline, broke his shit, and he's just a fucking alcoholic. That's the way the Nuwaubians look in my eyes and others in 2022. You talking about what you used to have. And you talk about how you're a god and how you have the most profound information on the planet. But yet and still, some of you all can't even afford to live, to pay your own rent. That you're literally living in the bookstore. You know what happened to Lamont Hill? You know, he was from Nuwaubian. And he was like, yeah, you know, I used to sleep on the floor in Atlanta. That's typical. That's typical. When I was part of the organization, I was broke. I ain't have shit. That's typical. That's typical Nuwaubian shit. Straight up. Like, seriously, I know I've said this before numerous of times, but yo, I just gotta say it again. Like, aren't y'all tired of selling books that it takes you, man? I'm telling you, man, when I was in those streets selling them damn books, man, I swear, fucking, man, I would rather be in a lion's cage and shit with the lions in there. Like, that shit was just so difficult to sell, and sometimes you just really had to lie and shit. Like, those books don't sell like that. But aren't you tired of fucking every morning you got to get up for you all? Every morning you got to get up. You may have a spot that you normally go to, or you may just walk around. You know what I'm saying? The city, that you're in or whatever, selling those books. Aren't you tired of doing that shit? Didn't you have goals, achievements, you know what I'm saying, that you wanted to, the goals that you wanted to achieve prior to you being part of this cult? Didn't you have your life organized prior to you being a part of this cult? Don't you miss your life? Don't you? Because he always talking about this El Kalum. I am within the all and the all was within me. I am with some shit and I can't do without the all. It's just some whole bullshit of like reprogramming your mind and make you think that, you know what, you're not an individual. You need to think as a team or as a collective. There's no such thing as individuality. Aren't you tired of thinking that way? Aren't you tired of wearing the same shit that all the rest of these Nuwaubians wear? Oh, we have a certain attire and this and that and so forth. And the attire be mad expensive, but the fucking clothes, the material of the clothes that you know what I'm saying, the uniform that you gotta wear be mad cheap. Straight up. Aren't you tired of that shit? For all you dudes that man, I've seen y'all do that shit a numerous of times. For all you dudes that's from the Bushwick tab, they gotta get what train stop y'all get on from the J train? I think it's Halsey Avenue or Myrtle Avenue. Take the J train straight down, you know what I'm saying, from Brooklyn to Jamaica, Queens. You know what I'm saying? Last stop, Parsons and Archer. You go upstairs with the big ass dolly and all of those bins piled up. And the bins have nothing but, lectures, tapes, DVDs of Dr. Malachi Z.york. And then you got all these comic books and shit. You got to set that damn table up every goddamn day, 7 days out of the week. Selling those books. And then, of course, you gotta have somebody with you. Because every now and then you gotta take a piss and somebody has to relieve you. You know what I'm saying? You're eating all unhealthy and shit. Because you're out throughout the course of the day. You waking up early in the morning and you're leaving out no earlier than 8, 9 o'clock at night. So you ask somebody to hold a spot down for you, for you to go upstairs and get you a pizza slice or a fucking, I don't know, a beef patty, a chicken, a veggie patty. Aren't you tired of that type of fucking life? You getting these updates and shit, and you don't even know if that's Dr.York's, letters. You confused just like anybody else is in the organization. And that's what's so crazy. Because that's how I was in the organization. I was confused. Straight up, I didn't know what to believe. And they always had like the elders attacking the old against the young. Back then, it was like the Ansars didn't like us because we were younger. And Dr. Malachi Z.york said that we were the children of the Most High. And that the Ansars are just regular primitive workers, Lulu and Malus. Aren't you tired of that shit? A couple weeks ago, I was listening to this one dude that has a YouTube channel, and he was talking about how, in the organization, people are stealing money and how disorganized it is. And how he ordered some books from the major headquarters and he never got them. That's the same thing that happened to me when I was part of the organization. I ordered about $150 worth of books and materials. You know what I'm saying? Soaps, incense, shit like that. Never got it. Called them. They apologized. Said they were going to ship some shit out. Never did it. What I'm telling you is this organization is nothing but a cult. And it's a disorganized cult at that. You understand? And people running around here and they're trying to recruit you all, to be a part of this cult called the Nuwaubian Nation, knowing that there's no goal, there's no agenda. There's just people I don't know how to put it. It's just a whole bunch of fuckery going on in that cult. It just is. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole bunch of, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what to call it. It's doctrine changes so many damn times. You thinking one day, you praising the Anunnakis, the next day the Anunnakis trying to eat us, then you praising the Egyptians, and then the Egyptians are not this and that, and blah, blah, blah. And you just confused, man. You just confused. You just confused and broke. That's what you are. I know it because I used to be that way when I was part of that organization. But the minute I walked away, my life became better. Straight up. You see, it's difficult to talk to you all right now because your brain dirty. You need to be brainwashed. You need to wash your brain. You know what I'm saying? So that coke can get out of your head. But a lot of you all are brain dirty. And you're stubborn. And even though you know what you believe in, or what you think you believe in, or whatever, however they put it, you know what I'm saying? I guess you say you're dealing with the facts. Well, the facts remains that your master teacher's in jail. And that they had concrete evidence to put his ass away for 135 years. So if you're really dealing with facts, right, or what you call right wisdom, right knowledge, right wisdom, right understanding, which is Nuwaubu, then you would definitely accept that your master teacher's in jail for 135 years. And he's definitely guilty of all of the crimes that they say he committed. And you have to deal with that because that's a reality. You know what I'm saying? Dr.York also said that you are where you're supposed to be. So if you accept what he said, then you can accept that Dr.York is truly where he's supposed to be. But a lot of you all are stubborn. And it's going to take some years. At the same time, it's going to take you to change you. I can't tell you, you know what I'm saying, that you need to change. Because all you're going to call me is a black devil, an agent. That's what you're going to say. Not knowing that I'm here to help you. Not knowing that I'm here to ask you a simple question. To ask them. And that is, and then I'm done after this. I'm going to go back to the original question that I asked in the very beginning. What have the Nuwaubians done in the last 20 years? Being that they are here, that they are the solution, that Dr. Malachi Z.york is the solution, that Nuwaubu, if everybody practices Nuwaubu, we'll be all right. All right, cool. What have you done in the last 20 years? I don't want to hear about what you've done in the past. You understand? Janet Jackson said it best. What have you done for me lately? Dun, 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 dun. Ooh, yeah. What have you done for me lately? What have you done for us? What have you done for the black community lately? I'm not talking about 20 years ago when you had tama-re, Egypt of the West, located in Edenton, Georgia. I'm not talking about years ago when the master teacher was free, according to you, your master teacher. No, it's not what I'm talking about. Let's not deal with the past. Let's deal with the present and the future. And from what I see, in the last 20 years, Y'all ain't did shit. So it's obvious that Nuwaubu and neither is Dr. York the solution to our problems. That plain and simple. Other than that, my name is Langston 2092. I want you to like, comment, subscribe, and definitely share this video.